Hello everyone, my name is Jeff McIntyre and I grew up in Texas, USA.
So do you have any funny or embarrassing stories?
Yes, I have a couple of embarrassing stories that are about shoes. I seem not to have the best of luck with shoes, but c'est la vie, that's the way it is. So, um, the first story, it was when I just arrived back in Japan, and I had just been a college student and I was a little bit poor, so I didn't have the money to buy a new pair of shoes. So, you know, I was wearing these old tennis shoes, and I wanted to see an old friend, and he wanted to introduce me to his girlfriend. So I see this friend. We go hang out in Shibuya, and we're having a good time. But the only problem is, it's raining, and it starts raining on my old shoes, and I guess I didn't realize how bad of a condition they were in. They were in such a bad condition that whenever it was raining, the sole of my shoe actually came apart, and so when I was walking, the sole would bend back, and it would like make this ridiculous like flopping sound. So I'm like, it's like I'm wearing some skis or something, and it was so embarrassing and ridiculous that no one wanted to talk about it. It was like, oh my gosh, and so. Yeah, it was like an elephant in the room, No one. It was so embarrassing that no one wanted to say anything. So I was trying my best not to make my shoes flap. And so, that's one embarrassing story. Luckily, they're still friends with me today, so that's good. But the second story was on my wedding day, and basically, same story, right? My wife sees my shoes, and they're not in the best condition. She sees my shoes and she's like, "You're gonna wear those on our wedding day?" And I'm like, "Oh no." So we look around for a shoe store. Too bad, it's too late. The clothes stores are closed and we're getting married the next day. So the only other pair of shoes I had that were dress shoes was a red pair of shoes. And I was like, "Ooh, these do not fit my tuxedo. These are not the shoes I want to wear. I don't think my wife's gonna be happy about this." And so I didn't know what I was going to do. So I went to the wedding with my red shoes on. But luckily, the first guest was my homestay dad. And I knew because we lived in the same house that he had about the same shoes as I do. He comes out of the car. Great to see the guy. He has black shoes. And I'm like, all right. His name was Akira. I say, "Akira, great to see you. Can we trade shoes? These are the only shoes I have. This shoes would be so much better if I could trade shoes." Of course, he gives me the shoes, and I get married in some nice pair of shoes, and he's wearing my red shoes in all the pictures. So it's always nice to see his the red shoes and remember like, oh, he was such a great guy. He saved my wedding. So I always feel thankful for him when I see the wedding pictures, but. Those are my embarrassing stories about shoes. So hopefully I'll learn my lesson and get some better shoes. But.